Hey, Jake.
What's up?
I cannot find Cree.
She's in the claimed
I
section.
thought she was in the unassigned. I saw her down at the bottom.
No, she's.
Campaign?
I claimed her, but I can
Oh,
unassign her if need be.
I mean, are
No,
you
wait.
going to run her, or did you want me to run her?
No, you can run her if you want to. Here, I'll unassign her, and then you can assign yourself to her. That way, you can do her HP and all that good stuff. All right, yeah, she should be unassigned.
I noticed Nick had a character in here. Beltish.
Yeah, that was his idea if he was gonna play in our 3L or my 3L game, but I don't know if he's going to.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
Just because
Cree.
with scheduling.
You want me to claim her, Jake?
Yeah, you can play her. That's fine.
So you could claim characters away from someone else, or do you have to unassign them first?
Yeah, I unassigned it.
Okay.
Once you claim it, then yeah, even when you unassign it, they're like, "Are you sure?"
Fine. You need to being frightened. What about that? All right, let's go get the. Let's go get my paladin stuff ready. Characters away from someone else, or do you have to?
And they were just waiting on George.
Oh, nice. Who are those by?
Exactly.
AJ Sound. Huh, okay.
Oh, the books that we found. Yeah, it was random.
That's cool. I was part of the. Maybe I still am. I don't remember. I don't think so. Society of Children's Books Writers and Illustrators. So I knew a lot of people who do kids books. So I was looking if it's someone I know.
Quick side note, no idea where these are based out of, but they're called fairy tale brownies. So good.
Nice.
Like, ridiculously good.
I was trying to explain to Aria the difference between sprites, fairies, pixies, brownies. And I was like, it's totally different depending on who you ask. But whatever.
Yeah, I probably couldn't tell you.
I told her I gave her what I thought, and then I was like, I think that's based off of our RPG. And then I'm like, I don't really know. 'Cause we had pixies sprites are pixies without wings. Brownies are kind of like forest gnomes, like David the Gnome forest gnomes. Except,
Pretty sure. I don't know.
I don't know.
What am I, the DM?
I was very confused when you said brownie because I had never heard of a brownie before. I was like,
It's a racial slur.
Oh, that's funny.
you.
It is confusing because a brownie could just really be a sprite,
Yeah. It depends on, much like everything else, it kind of depends on the lore, too.
Mm-hmm. So you wanna know what's funny? I learned this not too long ago. So like in mythology, like gnomes and elves and dwarves in Nordic mythology are all kind of similar. They're all kind of equated as names for the same thing. And so Tolkien was originally going to make the elves gnomes. And I'm really glad he didn't. Along with Bingo the Hobbit.
Honestly, I get a lot of my lore and ideas from like random YA books I read.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so obsessed with reading about like.
Can anybody hear me?
Right now.
Yes.
Yes.
But your video has frozen.
I love that face. That's awesome.
Looks like you're just in an epic car.
I'd like to imagine we could like do some text like "rawr," coming out of your mouth?
Somebody can screen cap it quick and make it a meme.
I think I was in the middle of a yawn.
That's
Yep.
what it looks like, yeah.
Ugh.
That's funny.
No, Snapchat.
Is there a... I don't know. Trying to figure out how long... Oh, it says George is online now. There he is! Dr. Dario himself.
Speak of this
Son of
shit.
a bitch.
Discord chat.
Oh. Oh, there it is.
Damn it.
Hey guys. Sorry about running late there. We had toddler emotional instability night.
Aw.
Oh, yeah. How old is Juniper?
2.5.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah. It was a she like all day was just real quick to nearly melting down in tears like all day. It was just a rough day for her.
Is she
So-
feeling okay?
Yeah, she's feeling all right. It's just she had another accident at daycare and she was really beat up about it, and then she had a poop accident in the bathtub, which doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, it's an emotional wreck.
It is very upsetting, yes.
For everyone.
I remember that. That happened already. Aw. Well, the good news is you're getting out of the sweet stage. Once you start entering 2.5, that's the terrible 2s. They're actually the
Right.
terrible 3s. But
Yeah, Audrey's had a rough week too.
Yeah.
There's been like 2 out of the 4 days where like anything, she's ready to cry.
Yeah.
It's hard. They're like, I want to do everything I can for you, baby girl, but it's
Right
only
before I put her down,
Yeah.
she was even talking about Little Miss,
oh yeah,
and she said, Little Miss is black.
yeah. It's
And then I was like, yeah, no, she is
Yeah.
black. She's like, I love her.
oh.
Or no, she used to give me kisses. She gave me kisses. Like, yeah,
She's
she
so
did
nice.
give you kisses.
Uh,
And she's like, I love her.
we talked about Little Miss like a week ago or something.
all right, there you go.
Hi, Laura.
Hi. She was even saying that Little Miss was with Papa Ben's and Granny Brandy, and I'm like, no.
Peter, I put your heavily
Yeah,
edited
I have it.
picture into
She
the
was
general.
like,
He's still
but,
frozen.
It's an aesthetic.
and I'm like,
I have
no.
But not
I
so
mean,
expertly.
yeah.
You know, too bad we can. We could maybe Jake could do some Tyrannosaurus Rex features on him. There we go. Nice.
Oh, shave.
Oh man, could have made one with Adrian too.
Or comedian. Or did Peter jump off? Or is he something?
I think he's
Yeah.
resetting. Because I had a gray screen on my side for him.
Oh
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, once Peter hops back in. Oh, we can always do the synopsis. He was
I
here
need to
last time.
actually
I
take a
believe.
photo of my makeup.
Alright, let's read out the synopsis.
Okay. I can read it. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Let's see here. Last we left off, the party met with Red Ruth to locate a nightmare in order to free Archimedes' mother from enslavement. After teleporting to the monster, the party fought a group of devils that were accompanying the nightmare. Once the Hell Horse was secured, they teleported to the Wandering Emporium and sat down with Mahadi to secure Kree's freedom. Although Archimedes was tempted to sell his soul to revive Orion, the party left with a new ally in their corner without any complications. Now they must prepare themselves for a meeting with Bel, the former ruler of Avernus.
Oh shit.
I know you'll enjoy the stream. Mother knows best. Is that supposed to be Red Ruth? Or is that...
I think that's
Cree.
Cree.
Okay, as you say, that's Cree.
It's Mama Bird. Red.
He
Super
looks
evil.
more like his father.
Right at all. All right, so the plan for you guys is to meet up with Alanthius and get an audience with Bell, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. How would you guys like to go about that?
Well, we were gonna tell him we were on our way, and we were gonna teleport there. I think that's about as far as we thought of yet so far.
Right.
That sounds. I wasn't here last week, so that sounds accurate.
Oh, that's right.
Anon could tell him we're ready to go there. Let us know when we should meet you. If it's going to take more than an instant. Because I don't think we necessarily want to get over there and wait for like a day for Lanthius.
Yeah, no, he told us that we want to inform him before we get there because there will be lots of
He's going to
things.
introduce us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's potentially devils and stuff that'll attack us.
An army.
It's fine. Just go for it. No, it definitely is a good idea to. Yeah, I think you guys have to wait anyway because you guys just teleported to the Wandering Emporium.
Yeah, we have to wait the day to begin with.
So, yeah, we'll just Anon will cast sending and tell him we can be at Bell's Forge tomorrow. Or as early as tomorrow.
Okay.
Is there? Yeah.
I take it you guys would want Anon to use his sending spell and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He sends the message. He gets a confirmation back from Melanthius, and you guys are set. So you guys have a day to kill, and you guys are right outside of the Wandering Emporium. What would you guys like to do while you are resting up?
I think I was tinkering on something at one point.
Just got sad. It was like, I can teach Ori in Infernal.
Nope.
I'm gonna talk to Cree. I want to find out about her story, or Vedrick is, if she's willing to talk.
Okay.
You creeping on my mom?
I mean, no.
Was a fine bird like you end up in a place like this.
Well, that's
I,
crazy.
I haven't. I came to you guys after your first trip here. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
this is my first time meeting Cree.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I want to see what you guys. Who is worth all this trouble?
Okay. You learn that she and Archimedes, she's Archimedes' mom, for one. I'm assuming you gathered that much. Yeah, she explains that the two of them have lived out their lives in a forest known as. Sorry, I'm popping up her background right here. They reside in the Red Horned Woods, which has a portal that directly links to Avernus, and devils love to just come through in swarms trying to make their way throughout Faerun. However, that's where her tribe, the Aetos tribe, comes in, where they are basically trained devil killers. And she herself is a holy warrior of the tribe.
Hmm. Okay.
One day there was a very large-scale attack, and she had seen everyone in her family, and she assumed Archimedes was slain as well. Basically, she saw everyone die right in front of her. And when that happened, she was captured by a chained devil and was held prisoner for weeks, months. It was really tough to tell because all they did was walk and beat her and starve her. And at one point, she definitely blacked out for more than a couple of days and was carried. And eventually, she was brought to Mahadi and sold to him. He then offered her food and drink and rest in Infernal Rapture. She, in a very poor condition, basically had no choice. It was basically either that or die. And as she was resting up and recovering, that's when she had realized, oh, I have no way to get out of this. And she became a slave to Mahadi. That's also why she is now a fallen paladin as well, rather than a holy warrior such as Vedrick.
See. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm doing. I'm gonna be talking to her, and guess we're resting. Or did we rest before this?
I think we're kind of just
you guys will
wasting
have
the day.
Yeah, you guys just basically have to waste the day until Lulu can teleport you guys again.
I am going to start tinkering on a pair of gauntlets.
Sounds good. Yeah, give me a tinker check.
I mean, it's one of my infusions, but
Oh, never mind. I thought it was one of those things where you were gonna take the day to.
I mean, I can do that too because the infusion is part of a long rest, but because I do want to keep working on my mobility-based item that probably, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But we'll try. Here. You said Arcana or...
It could be Arcana or... I would... Yeah, I think it's been Arcana this whole time.
Yeah. That is a natural 20 plus 7, so we'll Flash of Genius that for 30.
Okay.
Nice.
I will add that to your downtime.
Good chunk.
All right. What would everyone else like to do?
Well, whenever Vedrick is done flirting with my mom, I will actually talk with her and just kind of catch up and maybe even spar with her for fun.
Well, hey, I got a question.
Have a bird battle.
Bird battle. I have a spell called Create Food and Water.
Mm-hmm.
If I use that to create food, would that food taste bad?
Yes.
Okay. Darn it. It creates like 45 pounds of food.
I mean, the nourishment doesn't go away. It just all tastes like crap. So.
Yeah, I was just wondering. Okay. No, that's fine.
Okay. Archimedes and Kree have a friendly brawl. During the brawl, Kree does ask Archimedes whether or not his fear of heights has been is whether or not that's still a thing, or she kind of like catches up with you in between rounds.
Yeah, and basically told her that I haven't thought about it in months, so I think I'm over it.
She's proud of you. She doesn't say it, but she does give you a very confident smile.
Tough thing to overcome, but
Yeah. Well, when you're in hell, there's heights doesn't seem like that big of a deal.
Right.
All right. Yeah. So Kree gets some bonding time with her son, and it's nice and sweet, and there's blood, but it's fine. Thema. How was Thema spending her?
Probably talking to Eyes, because it's the only one that she was really close to before.
Yeah, we haven't really. Yeah.
I mean, Anon's not here for me to argue with.
And so is Lulu.
Don't forget, he's like a fake Spider-Man now.
Yeah, he is. He's spooky.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm sure the transformation probably gave you some newfound confidence against spiders, possibly, or...
I feel like I'm not as scared of spiders in recent anymore.
It's been a while. You've been in contact with him.
I think when you become like deified, you kind of get over your fear of spiders.
You know, it's fair. It's fair.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting conversation too. Like, I think at one point, Anon will definitely kind of see the two of you talking and just kind of realize throughout this journey, you guys have had literal transformations in both personality and as well as physicality. You know, he thinks back to Baldur's Gate and how everyone's grown so much in hell.
First time I see eyes change, I AoE him.
And now look, you guys are buddies.
So, it's weird, isn't it? Looking different than the inside.
Oh yeah, I still think I have a freaking tail half the time. Now I have wings. Fuck.
You had a choice in that, right?
DM question.
Yeah.
How much does Thema know about everything with her family and stuff? Did she find any of it out? Or was
No, she didn't find it.
Okay, never mind. I had a choice, but I didn't know what Fiona was going to do. And I'd rather be able to live a life than be scared constantly. So, don't really know if that was a choice.
I think it was. Even if it wasn't a wholehearted choice, even if you felt compelled to do what you thought was right, I think you made a choice to do it. It sounds like it. Maybe.
Do you think you have a choice with all of this?
Still not sure. I always thought that this place was my destiny to come here, and that I was searching for the reason why I came here, and I think I found it. And I don't know if that's, if I can't tell yet if it was all my own doing or not.
Do you believe in destiny?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm not sure what I believe yet.
My people always say that, have always said that the spirits have made us and put us here for a reason. And we each have our own destiny, although some fail to find it. You still need to look for it. It won't just come across you. But yeah, everyone's got a destiny.
Do you? Okay. Thema, do you worry that perhaps you've missed yours?
No. I know that I found you all for a reason. You guys showed me what a family is. Something I had longed for my entire life. You helped me find a way to not have my soul sold to a devil. And now I have an entire debt-free life ahead of me. Do I know what I'm going to do with it? No. But I know that I wouldn't change everything that's happened because it made me into this. No longer a purple being with horns and a tail. I'm this. And I have a family. I have people that teach me and show me and make me think about more than just the words of a book and the whispering of a devil in my ear.
Beings of power are tricky when dealing with them.
Well, I'm glad for you, Thema. That's more than a lot of people could say. But I can see, of course, you've surrounded yourself with good friends. That is always a good place to start.
Oh yeah. The first time I met Eyes, I freaked out the second he transformed.
First time you laid eyes on him?
Huh?
The first time you laid eyes on him? Sorry.
I mean, to be fair, he did turn into a spore, so if I recall.
Yeah.
First time he transformed, I hit him with a spell because I was terrified.
Wait, that was you? I thought. Oh man.
You turned into something I was terrified of.
In her defense, that does sound quite terrifying. And you weren't even in hell yet?
Nope. We were up top.
Oh.
It was back
Wow.
home.
Do you have these creatures in your swamp? Eyes?
Not quite like what you've seen.
They aren't as
The-
devilish when we're up
the-
top.
Zanasu, the what I found out to be a demon, the spirit that had been guiding my people, has been somewhat manipulating my forms to more closely resemble him. Which is interesting because it's not entirely natural, because it's very similar to the things that inhabit my swamp, but it's almost as if the animals that are in my swamp are just pale reflections of these beasts that I turn into now. Like, I have the ability now to become their true forms, their spiritual forms. Most enlightening. It's a very intense experience.
I'm gonna look you up and down and say, I'm sure.
If you'd
What?
ever like to try, I can make you into something like this.
I am perfectly fine in my own body, thank you. I shall
Cedric, what's your backstory?
Who? Me?
Cedric,
Oh.
What would you ask?
what's your backstory? Who are you as a person? You know us. You've heard our journey thus far.
Well, I was born of the nobility in Baldur's Gate, and I, of course, fitting my station, joined the Hell Riders and ascended to become a captain in the court of the city.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate, right? It's Baldur's Gate.
Oh, Baldur's Gate has the flaming fist. El Jarrell has the Outriders.
Yeah, you'd be from Elturel.
Yeah, El Jarrell. I'm sorry. In El Jarrell, which was there I made a name for myself, and I feel I did a good job leading the men and defending our city until the what is it called? The sun thing that disappeared. What's it called? The companion. Yeah. So the companion changed, and everything else did as well. Once the city was transported here, me and my fellows did our best to protect the city, but we were overrun. So I gathered a contingent of my best men. We rode out to see if we could find a way to save the city. And we made our way across Avernus and met with many a ill fate. One of my men fell into the river, and we were forced to leave him behind. We had another slain at Harriman's Hill, and others fell to the other depredations of this awful place. Pretty soon it was just me, and I had nothing left but anger and my sword. And I found demons in Avernus, and I took out my wrath on them, and I followed them to the scab where I was overwhelmed, and there you found me and rescued me. But it's my story. Not as exciting as yours, I'm afraid, but
Sounds pretty exciting to me. You've been to a lot of the same landmarks that we've found ourselves at. I'm glad you survived.
thank you. I'm glad for you as well.
You know, you mentioned the companion, and if I remember, we had spoken with the Duke of Eltrell. He was the Duke, right? Is that what you humans call
The High Overseer.
Right, the Overseer. And he was the one that had, I don't know if you know this, but we found out that he was the one who had created a pact with Zariel however many years ago to prevent Eltrell's destruction from the undead hordes that had attacked Eltrell.
Oh.
This would basically sound like heresy to you.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh.
We found
Companion
him.
is, the companion. If I remember correctly, and I'm sure someone will correct me, the companion was given to him in exchange for the city of Elturel's souls to be taken at an indeterminate time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why our goal is to reform Zariel to save the souls. We're on a timed mission because it's slowly being lowered into the river.
You know, you thinking about the companion makes me wonder, I don't think we've talked about this. The companion was the thing given our Zariel, right, to destroy the undead hordes.
And it also protected the city from undead.
Mm-hmm.
And that is still flying in the sky above Eltrell, but it's now, is it blackened or something, Jake? It's changed?
Yeah. It's blackened, there's lightning blasting out of it.
Right,
hitting
yeah.
the city.
Yeah.
It just looks like, it looks like the orb went from like this bright, shining artificial sun to like a black hole in the sky.
I'm not familiar with anything else about the companion, but what if, could the companion be what is bringing Elturel here? If that was the thing given to Elturel, is that...
Would that be a possibility? From my knowledge?
You wouldn't know.
That is beyond my understanding. What proof of you did you have of this?
We
The
talked
Duke
to
himself?
the Duke.
We found him.
Well, we also
Going-
found my... what's his face? The Flaming Fist guy.
Yeah. So the Duke was the one that Archimedes, or that who cut themselves their own neck on the on the hell.
That
Yeah.
was the.
That was the Duke. Duke Van Damme.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and he, let's see, that was in the material plane.
Yep.
Mhm.
How did
The Duke hung himself while he was imprisoned.
Okay, wait. So wait. Now that makes me wonder, how did he get out of El Terrell? He got out.
He left before it got claimed.
Yeah, I believe
He
he
ran,
He
like,
actually
the-
knew when the contract would be.
He ran like the
I
fuckhead he
see.
It was
was.
like 50 years or something. It was a set
We
50
Yeah.
or 100 years or something.
did manage to find the contract,
Yeah, I remember
That too.
which I'll tell.
On
Did
the
we ever
Duke
open
and the
that thing?
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We
What is
wondered
it?
we wondered where the Duke had gone. He had disappeared. We assumed he had been taken by devils.
He ran to save himself and damn everyone else.
hmm
And we found him, talked with him, and then he hung himself because he's a coward.
Which
I just wonder do we still have that contract, Rosie? Do you have that?
Sylvia has it.
Good.
yeah.
Whoever has it.
Oh.
Phew.
I know this is a lot to take in. And
Yeah.
I know this goes against a lot of what your training has taught you.
Hmm.
But believe us,
I mean, it's,
Boulder's Gate, from our understanding, is next. So we need to save El Terrell and stop this from happening to Boulder's Gate as well.
training isn't entirely for not.
Um,
Still,
I-
I'm just saying it.
I don't know how any of this works.
His belief in a thing is not. I mean, his
Like-
belief in the city is not necessarily a result of those above him.
yeah, my loyalty is to El Terrell and to the Hell Riders. I
I'm
too
sure.
did not wish the situation was this dire, though. What? I mean, it's dire, obviously. What, Jake?
Well, I'm sure the other thing that might be going through his head is it's an interesting dynamic that he's a part of the Hell Riders who were brought into Hell. Like, they got their name from forming with Zariel
Mm-hmm.
for her to become the enemy, and now you're on a mission to redeem her. So there's a bit of a duality there as well with, you're trying to redeem the angel that formed your organization, but you also find out the one who's been heading all of this basically damned the city he was sworn to protect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in a way, that was his way of protecting it, but
Mm-hmm.
basically only trading hands on their fate, basically.
That might have felt heroic before El Terrell was transported, but now we see the reality. It feels heinous, especially the fact that he threw himself on his sword.
And
If we, Fema, you and Rosie know more about devil contracts than I even pretend to imagine to know. Is there a way, because we're planning on going to Bell, right? Bell, as an archdevil, likely would know how to break a contract. Do you think if we had even just the wording of the contract, could we implore him to tell us the means of breaking it? We have this lofty goal of redeeming Zariel, and I don't know how to do that. I barely know how to help redeem my friends.
stab her with
From
the
my
sword.
knowledge,
Mhm.
if we kill Zariel, will that break the contract?
Give me a Arcana check at advantage. Or history, whichever.
What if we destroyed the companion?
going to be a lot harder to do than it seems.
Then the
This is
ruler
a-
of hell.
No,
25.
24.
24.
Giant.
Okay. One shard. No, I'm kidding.
What if we could modify
Only 200 though.
the original contract? Like, and that's what I said. That's what I doubt Devils will be giving out the secrets of how to nullify it, but perhaps we could modify it.
It's tricky business. And I feel like we'd need the original contract, which we did not bring with us for reasons. But dealing with the companion, I don't think would solve the problem that is the city sinking into the River Styx.
I'm just trying to think of a backup. If
No, and it's a good thought. Ideas are ideas. It's just a tricky one because that thing is huge and it shoots lightning.
I can shoot lightning too.
Yeah, but like that.
No, I'm not as fun yet.
And I don't even know how to go about altering a contract to try and forge it into a method that might be in our favor.
What did I figure out?
Okay, so to Thema's knowledge, a contract, depending on the rank of the devil, depends on how powerful, how much they can offer to somebody in exchange for their soul. There's also contracts that can be made with gold or with favors, but usually like their soul or the souls of other people or something along those lines is usually what they want in return. Contracts also can they're generally approved of by Osmodeus, especially if it's done by an archdevil. So that would be one way, is if for some reason Osmodeus decided, like, he can cancel any contract.
Who's Osmodeus?
He's the ruler of all 9 hells.
He's Satan.
Oh, fuck.
He's basically Satan.
So no.
The original contract, if it is destroyed, will nullify the contract.
The fuck do we destroy a contract?
That's the thing, is usually they're hidden, or a devil's not just going to like have it in his pocket or hidden in it.
So was the one that we found a copy or the original?
You would assume that it would be a copy. There's no way that Zariel, like, having all these souls in a book, there's no way she would have just been like, nope, here, just put this in this box. It'll be all right. You know for a fact she probably has it somewhere. So if the original contract is destroyed, that will nullify it. If the creator, so if Zariel is dead, that will nullify it.
Okay.
She can also obviously just destroy it of her own will. Basically, as long as the contract is destroyed, Zariel is destroyed, or chooses to negate it, or if Osmodeus negates it, are kind of the three.
Okay, so we need to either redeem her and she'll destroy it, or fuck her shit up.
Or we could just we could see if we could convince her to nullify it.
How do you imagine to do
That's
I think Vedrick has some ideas. I'm not sure if you guys would understand, but
very unlikely to happen unless we offer another soul, City of Souls, which I'm not about to do, or allow someone else to do.
I think it's as likely as the other two options. Maybe even.
I don't know.
But-
This might be stuff that Bell might know as well.
True.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's going to be willing to fight to get his spot back.
I'm speaking as a non, just so it's not just the DM going, hey.
Yeah. No,
And he would reiterate back, and he's quick.
Yeah, this sucks that Dan's not here. This would be like perfect for Dan to talk to
miss Dan.
the former ruler of hell.
I know.
Shave your head.
Today.
Rabbit, forget that.
What's
Cost
that?
you $1.
Where was I?
I don't know. Oh, I think you were going to Bago. I'll remake a drink here since people are AFK.
Okay.
A minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step
Alright,
aside
I'll
for
be
a second.
You make me one too.
Yeah.
Your trash sucks at listening.
Why?
You don't have towels and put away your clothes. Oh yeah, we're having Kent over for supper tomorrow. I forgot.
This is a heads up. You probably have to remind him.
I'll shoot him a message in the morning. And be like, friendly reminder, home cooked meal.
Yeah, smoke.
Everybody's gone.
Sure. I'll just throw it in the morning.
Where did everybody go?
Bathroom breaks and such. Reading my Pathfinder book. This is gonna take me about 3 years.
Oh, it's so thick. It's such a thick rule book.
Yeah, actually, so this is what I was really impressed with how quick they got through the early introduction section. Like what is it? Our role-playing game, playing the game, etc. Which you guys might know. I'm interested because that is a really hard section of the book to write. So in ours, we've got it down to pretty minimal, but basically you want it as short as possible.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't have enough information in it, then it's not even worth having. So,
That's
oh,
true. Yeah.
She literally just did the cutest stretch where like she like shoved her paws out in front of her and her ears are just up.
yeah.
So cute.
Mhm.
Do the same thing. She doesn't react that way.
My medium-sized dog, my bigger dog, she's part rat terrier. Rat terriers have bat ears. But she was only part rat terrier, so she had a lot of cartilage in one ear and almost none in the other. So it was always like this. It was so adorable.
Aw.
Oh, that's awesome.
She had this silky.
Our Boston always had, big perky ears, but he would get gunk and stuff in him all the time. So we were constantly like just cleaning crap out of his ears.
Yeah, at least with the miniature rat terrier, like they're supposed to clip them, which I don't like. Assuming not Rottweilers. What are the other ones? The guard dogs.
Pit bulls.
Oh, and, well,
Yeah,
They clip pit bull ears a lot.
but anyway, they didn't, and so like the floppy ear protects them.
Right. Yeah, it's actually good for them to have that because
So it's those cups that just catch everything, like
Right.
the Boston Terriers.
Mhm.
Missy is real good at getting grass in her ears.
What?
Yeah.
Does she roll
Oh,
around
yeah.
the grass?
No.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
We'll check her
Okay.
ears because she'll start like rubbing them on the ground and I'll just pull out like a wad of grass.
Oh man, that reminds
I'm
me.
like, how?
My
How do
dog.
you get grass in your ears?
I don't know. My dog, who was blonde, got a dog tick, and who was also blonde, and we didn't see it. It was like right here on her. Actually, it was like, yeah, it was about right here, and we didn't see it. It was huge and fat, and my dog was a spaz. If you moved suddenly like that, she'd be like, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
how am I gonna pull a tick out of her? Like, no. But she was very good. She let me do it, and I pulled it, and she had this really stretchy skin. And so her cheek like pulled way out of here until it pulled right out. Thank God.
Oh man.
But I was like, we couldn't cut her nails or anything like that because she was just
Oh yeah.
spaz.
I'm thankful Missy is so good about stuff like that because her front paws were broken. She drags them all the time.
Oh.
And she has 2 nails that are always super short, and the rest of her nails are always long because she drags her paws.
Sure.
And like, what was it, like a week ago or so? She dragged her nails and it filed down too far,
And she
so she
started
was
bleeding.
bleeding.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it
And-
filed down to the blood vessel.
And like she
That's
actually allowed us to like sit there and like paper towel it. And I
that's
was like, oh, thank you.
so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Ugh. That was the last time we tried cutting my dog's nails. It was like we were cutting, and what happened is she'd spaz, and so you'd be about to cut, and she'd spaz, and we cut too far, and she bled all over the place. It was awful.
Oh.
How'd she break her paws? Was
It was
that?
before we adopted her.
Oh,
They say that she got hit by a car. She was also in a really abusive house, but they never took her to the vet, so they didn't heal quite right. So if you ever watch her, she has a pimp walk.
That's why her name is Missy. She's named after Missy Elliott.
Oh, okay. Oh.
No, she has a dex of 8. Jake
Yeah,
took her
she's-
outside
she's
to go to the
clumsy.
bathroom the other day, and she got excited and just ran headfirst into a mailbox. And Jake brought her upstairs, and I'm like, what happened? She has a cot right here. And he's like, mailbox.
We
Mailbox
had
got in the way.
we had our back door had a window on the bottom, and one time we cleaned it really well, and my big dog ran right into it. Oh man, there's usually dog nose smudges all over it, but you know we cleaned it really well, and she smacked right into it.
That's a Missy thing.
Damn it.
All right. Uh-oh. I didn't like that story.
No, I'm just messing camera stuff up as all.
Fun stuff.
Every so often I accidentally minimize zoom.
Oh, which then throws off your image captures.
So yeah, it messes up the image capture.
That's true.
So I've got to go back in and fix it real quick, but it's fine.
Okay. All right. So you guys rest up for the day. It's helpful that you guys. I'm assuming you guys didn't like. You guys are in the outskirts of the Wandering Emporium.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt that we would be able to just hang out inside without. Like, we don't want to loiter.
That's no big deal. Well, even if you guys hang out outside, you guys probably feel more comfortable hanging out outside after everything that's happened.
Yeah.
But just being in its proximity, a lot of people know the rules. A lot of devils, I should say, know the rules of the Wandering Emporium, and just because they see you guys camping out and all that good stuff outside, they definitely, you know, the few times you see devils kind of passing through and looking at you, they might like look over and give you a nasty look, but they're not going to start
All
fighting.
right,
Hi, Poopy.
keep on moving.
How are you?
So yeah, you guys will hang out outside of it for the day. You guys will wake up. And yeah, you guys do your usual circling around Lulu.
Before we go, Thema, I've got a gift for you.
Ooh.
Something I was tinkering on last night.
Ooh.
I'm, as you know, I'm not super strong myself, and I augment myself with my own magical creations to make up for that fact, so
You're strong. What are you talking about, Rosie?
I have a bag of holding so I could carry things. I'm not very good at it. I'm more studied than I am physically strong. But anyways, I thought it might help with your newbound sword that you have acquired. and I present to Thema a set of gauntlets.
Ooh.
These will make you a bit stronger. Maybe add a little more oomph to your swings.
I make those? Awesome.
That's amazing.
You can add gauntlets of ogre power to your inventory.
Ooh.
Those are awesome.
That's great. That
Make
boosts
sure
your
you tune
strength.
I just.
Yeah, that makes you stronger than me. Nice.
What does that do for me?
That's is it
I would imagine
19?
that's a pretty damn big jump for her.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, yeah, that's why that's awesome.
I contemplated on over the last couple weeks on what other items to create that might help our group, and this one seemed like a reasonable fit for a lot of people, but given the circumstances,
Yeah.
I figured it would benefit you the best.
I like to imagine Thema flex, like when she raises up her arm and just looks like regular Thema arm, and then she flexes and it's like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I have muscles!
Like overly dramatic anime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is great. I do a +4 now.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sweet.
I'm gonna mark off that.
Did you have like 10 strength or 8 strength or something?
Yeah.
I think she had a
I
12
had-
or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 12. I think she had a +1 to strength, so this is a big old boost.
Yeah, the 12.
That's a huge jump, though.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I realized after she had gotten the sword, I'm like, oh, I kind of killed her whole like rogue thing, but whatever.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Apparently.
Fine.
I can survive. I'll just go sorcerer again next round. Or level up.
Go fight her.
Yeah.
Did Thema level up
You
to
can triple
10?
down.
Fuck, no, I didn't.
Well, there you go.
Take
There you go.
dual wielder. Take dual wielder. Then you can have the fucking sword and a short sword in the other hand. Fucking insane.
I don't know.
Do both.
I think you get a feat this round.
She wouldn't get a feat this round. She'd be 5/5.
Unless wait,
She's a
Do-
right. She's not a
rogues do rogues at level 6 get a feat? I think
they get
rogues
a
at 6 get
10.
Hi.
Does Rogue get 6?
Are you going to bed?
is
Okay.
it 6 or 10?
What's that? I
They get
I
expertise
can
at
check.
6.
We're gonna move.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't get
They get an ability score of 10 and
Move,
12.
guys, I'll be
or-
back in a few minutes.
Fighters get it at 6
Yeah.
and 10. Rogues just get a bonus at 10.
Yeah.
You're fine.
that
I'll
one-
go sorcerer. Get more spells.
Most spells. Hey guys, by the
Spells,
way,
no problem.
I have an aid spell, so I can give you guys aid. I mean, I'm sorry, aid. I can cast at level 3.
I've
so
seen South Park, Jesse.
yeah.
I know that joke.
So I can give you guys 10 temporary hit points. It's not concentration, so
Yeah, that's a great spell.
yeah, that's
And you
it.
can cast that at what level?
I can cast it at 3rd level.
I think that's 15.
3rd
hit
level
points.
spells?
I think it's
You're
5 hit
level
points per level. Because Dominic used it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
it's-
that's what gave me the idea.
It's actually a very handy spell. Not a whole lot of people use.
And it's 10 HP, yeah, because it's a second level spell. Yeah.
So like it's not concentration, and it lasts for 8 hours. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
that's I think a great use of a 3rd level spell.
Yeah.
Totally.
It
It's
does only
awesome.
affect 3 creatures per cast.
Oh, right.
So.
You
So
guys.
don't worry about me. Give it to other people.
Well, it doesn't increase the number of people.
I can get fireball.
Yeah, but you're in hell.
You're in
Ah,
hell.
fuck.
Well, you can get lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt is pretty good,
Haste is really nice, especially as a sorcerer.
especially with your fucking sword.
Yeah. Why don't we just taste
Taking
everybody?
that one.
Right?
We'll taste everybody, right?
Just use all concentration on haste spells.
I mean, pretty good.
Well, especially for someone who only gets one attack. Like haste.
Oh, yeah. You can, like 2 attacks with that thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
That's great.
with those gauntlets, you basically become a fighter, rogue, sorcerer.
Just do it all. Okay, 3 targets. Okay, I've got that. I've got some other support spells. Also, I can also do Aura of Vitality. It's a concentration spell, but I can throw as a bonus action 2d6 hit points to someone every round. So if we get in bad shape, I can do that to at least keep somebody up.
I also have that spell, so we could, if in a really bindy spot, we could double up on it.
Yeah.
For what? Sorry, I was looking at my spells.
Or Vitality.
Basically, look at someone and
heal.
now.
It's really good.
I do have heals as well.
Do we want to? Do we want to, before we leave, before we teleport, do we want to see if this is George talking? I don't even know if Dan knows about the Revivify spell and the material component cost. It takes a 300 gold piece diamond, but you can revive someone when they die.
We do have a diamond.
I can learn that spell as well.
Did you guys not talk to Lulu?
Lulu can do it too, can't she?
Lulu can raise dead with no material components.
Oh, no shit.
Once per day.
That's pretty.
I told you guys that.
I think you did.
A
lot has happened in the last like 2 or 3
Okay,
sessions.
I can recap what she can do now.
Okay.
Okay, so for spells, she can do Light as a Cantrip, whoop-de-doo, Bless 2 times a day, Cure Wounds 2 times a day, Protection from Good and Evil 2 times per day, Banishment once per day, Raise Dead once per day, Heal once per day, Teleport once per day, and she can shape change into her mammoth form once per day.
It's really good.
Do we?
Lily, don't take those heal spells because Anon and I can basically pick them without using up a spell known. So.
Right.
Should I get rid of my healing spells?
Well,
same here. I've got Healing Word and Mass Cure Wounds prepped.
It's like, especially
I guess we're gonna.
We might have that covered. So if you want to get different spells, because we don't have any other spellcasters with those spells, so
I can cure wounds.
Well, I can't get rid of Cure Wounds because Cure Wounds is a part of my divine magic.
Okay.
Right. That's your free spell. Yeah.
I also have Arcane Jolt where I can heal for 2d6 when I attack. So we've got a lot of healing going on.
Now we do, yeah.
Is there another spell kind of like Booming Blade?
Green Flame Blade, but
it's not as good.
We're in hell.
Yeah, it won't help you as much.
I'm just trying to see.
Slow is also pretty nice.
Slow
You're looking at 3rd level sorcerer spells.
Slow can also is actually good against casters because it can basically delay their spell casting, possibly.
Right, because it takes potentially a full round to cast something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it might go.
And they have to roll a con check or lose the spell, I think.
Yeah, or they cast it the next round.
Counter spell is also huge.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The big middle finger.
We are taking that one.
Yeah, I say Orion had that one, but I wish they had greater counter spell with like 100 feet range. Maybe that'd be too broken. Well, actually, Billy, you have distance spell, right?
Huh?
Does Thema have distance spell?
She does.
Sweet. That means you could...
all of your touch spells can be 30 feet. So.
Oh, fuck yeah, I have Inflict Wounds.
And counterspell could be 60 feet.
No, it's normally 60, so it can be 120 feet.
Oh, dang. Okay, so that was a thing that was a problem for Orion, was you have to be in the middle of the fight, basically. You know, but that's... Okay, that's good to know. Cool.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to use your sorcerer spells, because your whole thing is... Yeah. That's probably what you'd be using it on, more or less.
What?
That or quickening your spells too, because you can drop them to a bonus action, so you can strike with your blade and then cast something.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
You can also, yeah, if you wanted to get 2 attacks, you can quicken Booming Blade and then cast Booming Blade again.
Oh my
You can
gosh.
attack twice with Booming Blade.
Do those
That's
effects
fucking OP
stack,
as
or
shit.
would those effects stack?
No, the effects doesn't stack, but if you wanted to get a second attack,
Gotcha.
or if you attacked someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like hit him with Booming Blade and then hit him with Inflict Wounds.
They'd be
You can do
a
that.
bonus action
Yeah.
and a bonus action, but it would almost be. I think it would be more worth it to just hit with the sword and then hit with wounds.
Yeah.
Or Booming Blade and then just make an attack. Because
Or Lightning Bolt.
Your sword is probably better than Inflict Wounds.
Yeah, see, it's
amazing.
Yeah, the sword is really cool.
Unless you upcast it to 3rd level.
That's true. That's true.
And considering she has a 20 charisma right now, she's got a plus 9 to hit with inflict wounds.
Right.
Yep.
Thima's pretty OP. I should probably take her out.
What is
Yeah.
she's got to be pretty squishy then, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you are a glass cannon.
Okay.
So 8 on her might be useful.
Well, and also protection from evil and good.
That's amazing on her right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yes, might be actually really important for her. Can I get that spell? I should be able to.
Yeah, it only lasts 10 minutes though.
Okay. Oh, I have it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah, that should be a paladin spell.
well, I didn't know if I had it
You
prepped.
guys
but-
also remember, you guys also have Creed. Who
Yep.
else was?
Oh shoot.
Oh,
Well, I
she's
didn't
a
know if she
paladin.
still had. If she was following the
And yeah, Peter, you can switch up her spells however you want to.
Okay.
She doesn't tend to want to make. She doesn't tend to take curing spells, but
Sure.
she'll use buffs and all that sort of thing too.
So this sword.
But you can make whatever you want.
I could also haste Thema. That'd be funny.
This sword, just on its deals 4d10.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it'd be fun to haste you.
Yeah.
And then you could like bonus action lightning bolt and then hit a bunch of times. It'd be fun.
You can also, again, if you just need to make a bunch of attacks and you have haste on yourself, bonus action Booming Blade, and then attack twice.
Yeah. There you go.
Damn.
And you've got all sorts of options. But haste is also just a great support move for anyone.
Mm-hmm. Plus 2 to AC, advantage on deck saves, increased movement.
Yeah, it was fun to put it on myself because I wasn't really too worried about getting hit.
Right.
Right.
That's the same thing with Rosie. It's like,
Yeah.
I have a 20 AC, and if I do get hit, I can push things away from me, so... Plus I have shield.
I was going to say, I would also recommend, if you're looking at swapping spells, look at shield as a spell, if you're going to be up in front with a sword a lot of the time nowadays.
Yeah, shield might be
Being a
a
glass cannon would be a nice way to go. Oh shit! Throw it around and get a +5 to your AC.
Let's see what I could probably get. I can't get rid of that. Never mind.
I don't have shield.
I think you
It's a
could swap a spell.
wizard
every
sorcerer
level up.
spell.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think.
You could probably just swap something you don't
That'd be
use
pretty
very
funny,
often.
I know. I was gonna do light because I was like, I don't need light, but I can't
That's
get rid of it because
Cantrips are better.
what is burning hands? I don't think I've ever used that.
Fire.
It's a cone of
Fire
fire.
is not useful here.
Yeah, it's not useful.
That's why you've barely ever seen Rosie use it, because she could do it once a day as a racial trait.
Yeah, that's why fireballs have not been happening.
The Thunder version. What is it called?
Happy
Thunderwave.
hands.
Thunderwave pushes.
Thunder Wave is pretty sweet.
So it's a nice companion with Booming Blade, if you can pull it off.
Well, Booming Blade, I think they need to move, like, they need to choose to move. You can't forcibly move them.
Right,
really?
but if you push them away from you and they have to get closer to you,
Then they have to come closer. Right.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it's
okay.
the
I thought
idea.
it would work. I thought it would work if you pushed them away, but okay. She could just use her cunning action, disengage, and do that.
Right. Yeah.
I am.
Wait.
You're what?
I'm a swashbuckler rogue. So if I attack someone, they can't take opportunity attacks against me.
Oh, well, yeah. Fucking A.
Save that bonus action.
Right, so we go into chit chat with the ex archdevil of hell.
Yeah, I'm sure this will go horrible. Let's do it.
Let's have fun. Let's go.
Spell sniper only doubles the range, so if it's touch, it's still touch.
Right.
But distance spell plus spell sniper is fun.
I think I have distance.
Yeah, and that puts it at 30.
Yeah.
So
That's the other amount of magic you have. You have quicken and distance.
the distance spell basically increases it to 1 level. Yeah, that's what Clarice uses.
Or makes the range 30 feet for a touch.
Which is very good. Touch spells are touch spells for a reason. So, yeah, I like distance spell. That's really good. I got more use out of that than I think almost anything else.
I need to reopen the Zoom call because it's not
You're
responding
frozen.
to me.
You're frozen.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on. Sorry.
I thought he was just really intensely lost in thought.
Yeah.
Because I looked and I'm like, Lily is still moving.
So,
I guess that doesn't matter.
Trying to see what spells I might want to prepare. Currently, I have.
Clarice took the distance spell and spell sniper on their last level up. And so Eldritch Blast is like 500 feet, which is just stupid. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
That was
So
weird.
I have haste,
Hey, GM Jake's still here.
fly,
Yeah, there's
catnap,
2 Jakes.
Son of
see invisibility,
What did you do, Jake?
lesser
a Zoom
restoration,
froze on me. That's what happened.
identify.
All right, there we go.
There we go.
I have lesser restoration prepped. I don't have a lot of different spells that are useful that I can prep, so I have that
I've
one.
got.
Take something else.
Yeah, I'm just
In
not
that case,
sure.
I'll
What's-
change out Lesser Restoration then. I can get past about Trace if we think we're going to be sneaky at all.
Might be useful.
Yeah, considering we lost our only sneaky person.
Right.
Well,
Although
so-
I know that a non has that at all times.
Yeah, I was gonna say non has that as a known spell or as a always prepared spell.
Right.
I have Cure Wounds, Inflict Wounds, Shield, Shatter, Spiritual Weapon, Counterspell, and Haste.
Those all sound like great spells.
It's just not a lot of spells that like I think would be super useful.
Mm-hmm.
I could take enlarge reduce, but
That's always helpful. It's helpful if the thing you're fighting has a lot of attacks, which I think in 5e, that's kind of how things scale. So, like,
Yeah.
that might be helpful.
I mean Modrons have a shitload of attacks for a half CR creature.
So, it would also help, eyes as well.
I had a cool idea with catapulting objects and then having someone Orion reduce the item and then so it was within the catapult weight and then launch it and then
Well, you could still do that, right?
they're both
Gold isn't concentration, I don't think.
oh yeah, no, I could. It would just take 2 turns is kind of the thing.
Oh, okay.
Also, I'd have to prepare catapult again.
I want to throw this out there as a post Zariel thing. It's only been a few days since you guys were at the stab, right? Like what, 4 or 5 days?
Yeah,
So we teleported to you,
The
rested.
stab is not destroyed though. I was
Right,
gonna say
yes.
we could if we were able to find Orion's body, Raise Dead works so long as the target has not been dead for more than 10 days.
Well, you have guys have
This-
some of him,
Gab exploded,
and he was
Yeah.
also ripped to pieces.
and he was ripped to pieces.
Right. Never mind. Yeah. Forgot about that bit.
Now, if we had a necromancer, this would be a different story.
I mean, I have the mending cantrip. If we find his body, we can put it back together.
We go on a quest to find the 284 scraps of flesh floating around.
It says, I thought we put some of them in a vial. So if we get
We
like
do
a
have-
true
Yeah, we do have
But-
some of his cells.
So you could reincarnate him, though, right?
I could if I had his body
Oh, you still need the body? Okay.
for reincarnate, yeah. So I've got that, but we have a diamond. So I would suggest if whoever's playing Anon, he won't be here for a couple weeks, so we make sure that we have Revivify prepped. So we don't have another permanent death.
Okay.
Like I said, we got Raised Dead for Lulu as well.
Right,
And that's
right,
a
right.
free cast. As long as
Oh,
we
right.
don't get ripped apart or disintegrated, or basically Raised Dead works as long as you have
The body.
all of your. Basically, as long as like when they revive you, you would be alive. Is
Right.
the general consensus for Raised Dead. So if you're missing your arms and shit,
So
that's,
You're alive without
that's
an
a-
arm.
yeah.
actually, Jake,
I can make arms.
so for the reincarnate spell,
Mhm.
which is a druid spell, it says you touch a dead humanoid or a piece of a dead humanoid. Provided that the creature has been dead no longer than 10 days, the spell forms a new adult body for it and then calls the soul to enter the body. I would assume that just a vial of blood is probably not enough. Does that constitute as a piece of a dead humanoid?
No, I'm gonna say that's not gonna.
No one took his finger or anything?
I think we were planning for like true resurrection or something higher
Sure.
at that point.
To be fair, that was offered earlier last session. In fact,
It was, yes, but yeah. Archimedes didn't want to do it. Eyes has already given his soul to someone, kind of.
there is also the one thing that people always forget, and that is to ask the person whether or not. Well, this whole thing is a wash if they don't want to come back either.
That's true. Yeah.
'Cause you guys
Unfortunately,
can
we
talk
don't,
to Orion, and Orion could be like, "Dude, I'm like swimming in spell books or something," and he's like, "No."
if only we had a way to talk to Orion's inner psyche. I don't think any of us here have that knowledge, though.
And to be fair, you also need rare oils and shit worth
It's 1,000
1,000.
gold.
Yeah,
It's an expensive spell.
and
The
then being in
problem-
hell, you guys don't really have the resources to.
The problem with a lot of those spells and like ones that I have on my list that I can't cast is we don't have the material components for certain things.
Right.
And even if we have the money to buy them, we don't, like, unless Mahadi can buy them for us. But yeah. Yeah, it's any of these exotic spell components, they're all, can't use any of them.
Like I have Warding Bond as a known spell, which would be great because I could bond with my defender and basically double both of our HP or one of our HPs.
You could borrow Anon's rings. He's got them.
Yeah, I don't know where he got those though. And he's also using it with
Archimedes.
Archimedes.
I considered trying to use the scrying spell, but that also costs like 1,000 gold piece component.
Shall we, let's go to Bell.
Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna just chat.
Do it.
This is our idle chat while we're hanging out. It's like,
Yeah.
how could we bring back Orion?
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that option's always on the table as long as you can find Mahadi. So
Yeah, yeah. It makes it interesting if you have a necromancer character who can bring back people, and like you're like as a zombie, that makes things interesting, you know?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, necromancer. No one ever plays necromancer.
I do have to say, I really like Avernus in this, like, and I don't know if it's Jake's DM styling coupled with the setting, but like the fact that we don't have one, we haven't been getting gold. Two, we don't have the material component, like the fancier material components that you probably would have just gotten anyways. So it's nice to be like, at least from my perspective, it's like, oh, I have the spell I can't cast that I've learned because we've been in Hells for so long and this place sucks, kind of thing, you know? So it's fun.
To be fair, you guys did find a diamond worth like, what, 5,000 GP or something?
Yep.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Anon has a diamond.
He was holding on to that for resurrection. Right. Well, it's
we could break that down into a few pieces.
Who knows gem counting?
I mean, I could have made a kit, but I'm not proficient with.
If only you guys had some dwarves.
Jeweler's kit finally would have made a difference for the first
one time. Someday.
Okay. Let's go to
Bell.
Bell. Yeah. Is Bell? What shape is Bell? Is he or she a demon?
I think
he is.
Devil, I mean?
I guess technically they are masculine.
Yeah. Okay.
Devils and demons don't really have genders per se, but I guess they tend to be either feminine or masculine.
Yeah, but like they're not like a.
They're an former archdevil.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean.
Well, I didn't know if there was a form they take other than just devil. Like, I don't know. Okay. I don't know if anyone knew.
I've never seen Bell in person.
Or about
Guys will soon. So.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys are going to crowd around. Look, you guys want to cast any spells or anything before this happens? Because you guys are going to be...
Yes. Who is going to do the talking?
I can. I've got plus
20.
Oh, you got 20? Okay, I have +7 for persuasion and all of those.
Let's see what I have for persuasion.
I've got persuasion and intimidation at +7. That means if you have skill, we can also
Help each other.
help each other. Yeah.
True.
Well, I'm gonna look at. I'm looking at you two because you're the ones that talk the prettiest.
Talk the prettiest.
I can make one of you talk even better. One of you be naturally more charming than you are. Vedrick, you probably need it more, judging by what Rosie's told me. But I'm willing to offer it to either of you. It's an easy little trick that my people passed on.
Lily, do you have any? Do you have proficiency in persuasion or deception? Probably persuasion.
I do not.
Okay. So I have a +7. So I can do the talking if we're going to do it in good faith for persuasion. If you want to help me, I wouldn't mind.
I can definitely do that.
Yeah, I will go up to Vedrick and take the cork out of one of my clay pots here. I'm going to take out a fair bit of kind of dried mud, spit on it, make it into mud, and I'll kind of put some of it over your lip and under your lip, and then sprinkle some water, which kind of turns into little bugs that go into your skin for a second, but then it's just it's spiritual, and it doesn't actually ever happen. And then the caked mud will disappear, and I'll cast Enhance Ability on you.
Was you going through that?
This step was not a part of the spell at all. I see.
Yeah.
Thankful that I didn't have to go through that.
Everyone's watching horrified, and Vedrick's like, what a tingling sensation.
So who wants aid? I think Archimedes, Thema, and would it help eyes? Does temporary hit points transfer when you? Okay. Then I'll give it to Anon since he has that ring with Archimedes.
Or Kree.
Or Kree.
Archimedes.
Oh, Kree, yeah.
Okay, I can do it on Kree. So that's a 3rd level spell. So Thema, Archimedes, and Kree have 10 temporary hit points.
Plus 10 max. Your max is increased by 10,
Oh, really?
which is better than 10.
Oh yeah, 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, your max and
Okay,
current
yeah.
are increased by 10. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. That used a slot. Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, yeah, that's actually quite a bit better. Sweet.
All right. Anybody else, or are we good to go?
I think we're good to go. I think Vedrick is going to be going around putting a hand on each one's shoulder and looking you in the eye and say, it's like, together we fight stronger. Strength, my friends. Strength.
Let's just go.
Yeah, let's just go.
We'll see how much talking Thema ends up letting him do. Before he annoys me, and she's
So
just like.
before we teleport, Lulu wants to do a side quest for the next half hour. We can actually. Anyway, no, you all will teleport over to Bell's Forge.
Which is...
Cute.
A volcano?
The volcano, the one that says Bell's Forge. It was that easy. Okay.
I know we've ever.
Yeah, I think when you guys had talked to Atlantheus about like different options, I had popped those quickly up on the map.
Yeah.
All right. I have to read. A gargantuan volcano dominates the horizon. Clouds of fire and ash spew from its caldera. All right.
Yep.
And the air trembles with its angry grumblings. A vast multi-layered fortress has been hewn into the volcano's rocky slopes. It's a volcano with a fortress built into the side, and you guys were smart enough to teleport far enough away to obviously not teleport yourselves right into the middle of what appears to be just a big armada of devils just kind of hanging out outside
Yeah, I
of the
was gonna say,
volcano.
did we hear anything specific from what's his name?
Atlantheus.
Yeah.
At this point, I would say Anon would probably use sending to tell him, like,
Before we
Where
leave,
are we?
we're ready to go. Are you ready for us?
which he would respond back. Here we go.
Yeah,
Third
it's,
time's the charm.
yeah. Tell him we're actually already here. So, like...
You can go home. All right, you guys teleport, and you guys see his chariot with the Gorgons ride right up to you guys.
Yo.
So he was going to give us an introduction?
Yeah, he's gonna bring you guys in
Okay.
so that you guys don't get like immediately swarmed by devils.
Lead the way, Sir Atlantheus.
Okay.
We follow.
All right, he actually gets off of the chariot and he kind of looks at a lot of you and says, "All right, let's go." And he'll walk with you guys up to the fortress.
Okay.
Once you guys get to the edge of the army, you guys are accosted by a group of devils. It appears to be 2 horned devils, with a small squad of bearded devils behind them with halberds at the ready. But they see Atlantheus, and despite the fact you guys have a couple of celestial beings in your party, they just kind of shrug it off and let you guys pass.
Nice.
Zario's Bell's friends.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good.
And it is interesting if this was like from a bird's eye view to kind of see the army kind of spread their way just enough for you guys to get through. You guys are walking through extremely uncomfortable. You've got devils of all shapes, sizes, and strengths just giving you all dirty looks.
When you say like an army, are you talking like 50 devils, hundreds of devils? Are there like war camp tents and stuff all around, or what does this place look like? Like, what are they doing here? Just
It looks like they're loitering more or less because they can handled themselves within Avernus's climate, whereas you guys, or a regular, like, if this was a regular army, you would definitely see like little crops of tents everywhere, but these guys are just kind of hanging out.
Sure.
But there are definitely more than enough that, like, if you guys had just came running in to try to like get into the fortress, it would have been suicidal.
Probably.
Probably. Whatever. You guys will be fine. Roll for initiative. So I'm reading everything that everyone else is putting in the chat here. Okay. You guys are led into the fortress without any sort of issue. The second you guys are brought in and begin to descend, because Alanthius tells you guys Bell's usually in his forge. His whole role in the Blood War is to create war machines, weapons, armor, basically anything to supply the devils that are fighting in the Blood War, specifically in Avernus.
You mentioned he is like the quartermaster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what humans call that?
Basically. And as you guys are descending lower and lower down these stairs, it is getting hotter and hotter to the point where it's somewhere between 130 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. So
Holy
it's terrible. Anyone wearing heavy armor is like, oh god.
Intolerable.
Rosie's probably all right though. Anybody with fire resistance is kind of like, whatever. Which I think is literally like just Rosie.
Yeah.
Yeah, not anymore.
If it
Go
causes
away when I switch.
if it causes negative, if it's enough to cause negative game effects, Bedrick can cast protection from energy on himself to keep from like fainting or whatever.
Nice.
Like if it's that severe. So.
Well, we'll see.
He's wearing lots of armor.
Okay. So you guys will descend down into Bell's Forge. Let me move you guys to a nice new map.
Ooh, new map.
New map, and I will change the music.
Oh, jeez.
Are those fire giants?
They sure.
Ooh. Let's kill them.
Fun.
Okay. A wrought iron spiral staircase descends into a cavernous forge. Channels of bubbling lava wind through the complex, casting fiery light over huge anvils. Chained giants with coal-black skin and fiery orange hair hammer out weapons under the malignant gaze of a pit fiend seated in a flying throne. Throughout the forge, sparks fall like rain.
Well, then the way.
Does it look like they're using anything special for smithing? Or is it just typical smithing?
To the amateur's eye, it would look like they were just using, oversized smithing tools. You can tell everything they are using is embedded with some form of arcana, some sort of magic. And then everything obviously has a different type of metal, basically infernal iron, that only is from this area.
I just take
so you
note
can
of
tell
that.
Absolutely. And there's weapons of miscellaneous sizes. You have huge hammers that are meant for giants, as well as, standard weaponry that you guys could all use.
This is the first time we've seen giants, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any. Yeah, okay. So I'm, surprised at seeing these people here.
All right. And once this pit fiend that's in this floating chair is screaming at one of the giants, he takes notice of you all and floats himself down to Alanthius. He looks at the lot of you curiously, especially at anyone with celestial blood, so Lulu, Thema, and
Bedrick.
Pedrick. Yeah, he's definitely looking at the lot of you, with a little more confusion, and then looks back at Elanthius and he says, purposefully in common, so that he assumes everybody understands. What are you doing here?
We wish to speak to Bien.
I was not speaking to you, I was speaking to him.
Yeah, you're speaking to Elanthius, right? He's speaking to Elanthius. Okay.
Elanthius looks up and he says, they have something, or rather, they have a plan that might interest you, Bell. Bell kind of scoffs at the lot of them, and he goes, are they more pawns for your bitch mistress?
I'm gonna kind of put my hand on Thima's shoulder.
She is very obviously like biting her tongue.
I can see that, and I can speak up. We have a proposition for you, Bell.
Bell cuts you off immediately and he says, I am not speaking to vermin, I am speaking to this mutt, as he points at Elanthius. And a lot of you look at Elanthius and he's very unfazed. Like, all of you are like shitting your pants at this, but like, Elanthius is very like, okay, yeah, whatever, about the whole thing.
Such a diva.
He just kind of looks up, smiling, and he says, Zariel has nothing to do with what they have to say. At this point, Bell looks intrigued more so than angry and intimidating. So he will look at the lot of you and look over at Elanthius and say, I'll listen to what the vermin have to say. You've sparked my curiosity. Then Elanthius will look back at the lot of you and have you all move forward to address Bell.
All right. Bedrick will step forward, look at his chin and say, why does the great and powerful Bell not rule over Avernus?
Give me a deception check.
I'm not just trying to deceive him. I'm trying to ask.
You're honestly saying the great and powerful Bell, as in Azamar Hellrider?
No.
Or are you trying to butter him up?
It's actually it's a bait for our proposition.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm asking, like, if you're so powerful, why aren't you in command? It's not. I'm not trying to deceive him at all.
He'll look down at your Hellrider armor and look back at you and kind of scoff, and he goes, why aren't you in the crypts?
I came much later. We have a proposition for you.
He knows this.
What?
He already said that we have a proposition for him. Just get to the point.
You once ruled this place, did you not?
I see you've read a history book or two, yes.
Do you want to rule it again? Because we have a way that can make that happen.
He kind of looks at you with a dismissing look, and he goes, what can the lot of you give to me?
I want to pull out Zariel's sword.
Okay.
Are you gonna go in there?
No, I'm not trying to fight him. I'm just trying to be like,
Yeah, she
I have
presents.
this.
I'm assuming you say you present the sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
We have a way.
You want me to
we
go
have
in
a way
there?
to remove Zariel from
Oh,
power.
you're gonna go in there.
You're gonna go right there. I'm gonna go right there.
Okay, so we have a way to remove Zariel from power, and surely you would want to be there to step into that power.
Peter, we can hear you now.
Oh, I want to shut up. You shut up.
Peter,
Yeah.
Peter, we can hear
No,
you.
sorry. Hold on.
Okay.
Quite comical.
I'm just changing rooms here.
You're good.
Why
Right,
like you stepped into someone else's room. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jake.
So Bell's going to look over at Vedrick as well as the sword, and you guys can give me insight checks.
I'm good at these.
Actually rolled pretty decent.
Oh.
27.
18. Because I'm not eyes.
Oh, well,
24.
yeah, I got 18.
What am I rolling?
Insight.
Insight.
Yeah, high wisdom.
Oh, I have advantage on these too.
I got a 5.
25.
No, a 5.
Oh, 5. All right.
Did 3 make a roll? Or no?
Actually, Eyes is the only one that can pick up on this, just because he's Eyes.
Okay.
A lot of you look at him, and he just seems kind of like more or less unimpressed by seeing the sword. Eyes, you saw just the faintest glimmer of like. You just saw his eyes widen enough for you to know, like, oh, we've got something here.
I'm gonna like glance over at Eyes too, because I know that he's probably gonna be the only one that can read him.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not gonna wink or anything. Yeah, we're good.
This controller.
Might give him ever so slight nod.
And it eats me halfway across the.
So I'm going to once we make our pitch, I'm going to basically lay out how we need.
Yes, I'm aware. Thank you.
Dariel's a powerful being.
Stupid I am.
We need the help of Bell to help bring her down. Either we are going to redeem her to leave a place open for him to take, or Bell to take over, or we are going to defeat Dariel.
Either way, there's going to be a spot that needs to be filled,
No one's in there.
which is where you come in. If you
But to do
help
that,
us,
we need his
you
help.
can take it right then and there.
Yep. So I can roll persuasion or whatever.
Oh, no need.
I'll kind of whisper to Vedrick, and she has an army. It might be nice that he has loyal people. You know what I mean?
He raises a hand and he says, "She is a thrall of Asmodeus, and him being my leader, I could not do something to betray her, for that will betray him." And then once he had finished saying that, he telepathically links with Vedrick, and you hear his voice in your head, and he says, "So what's the plan exactly?" In a very casual manner.
I imagine that he thinks the exact same way he speaks. It's like, well, that depends on the manner of assistance you can offer us.
Let me hear your plan first. And a lot of you are just basically seeing Vedrick and Bell staring very intensely at each other in silence.
We believe we may have an avenue for persuasion to convince her to forsake her oath and leave Avernus. Barring that, if it comes to it, we will defeat her in combat. However, we do understand that she is a very powerful being. So to defeat her in combat with just the 6 of us is not a wise venture. However,
A lot of you would drop like flies, if not by her, then by her armada that she leads.
Mm-hmm. Yes, however, with adequate military backing, then we would stand a much better chance at taking her down if she did not take our offer.
What is your offer? Redemption?
Redemption, yes.
To take her completely out of the picture of Avernus.
Yes, without bloodshed.
All right.
And-
Hence the sword.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the fact that I've been sent here by her brother.
You're not in this telepathic
Ow.
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yes.
he's like, I've actually got an idea that may help you. Or you need to bring her away from her armies.
And we have the Lulu.
Hmm?
And we have the Lulu.
Right.
Well, is Lulu with us, by the way?
Yeah, Lulu's with you guys.
Okay. Would you know a credible way to do that?
Absolutely. I know the perfect plan to get her away from the armies and directly to you.
All right. Before we make any agreements, I need to confirm something with you. If Zariel was to, for example, relinquish her oath to Asmodeus, or was to be defeated, any of her infernal contracts she made would be then invalid. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is there any way the contract could be written so that it would survive in perpetuity after the death of the infernal contract maker? If she was slain, would there be a possibility she could have written something into the contract so it would be assumed by someone else?
No. Usually this is bound to whoever creates the contract.
Okay. All right. But let's discuss plans.
Well, you need her to be separated from her armies, otherwise you all would be overrun almost immediately. One of the possible ways to do that is to destroy the solar incendiator.
And what is that?
He's only talking to Bedrick.
Solar.
Telepathically.
Okay. Is solar incendiaire? Is that what you said?
Solar incendiator.
Okay.
And he looks at your he like points at your crest, which a lot of you are just kind of like they're staring at each other. He's pointing. He says,
Does Vedrick give off more of a clue that they're having a conversation?
No.
Oh, they're having a conversation. In case you guys don't know, I can tell. They're
yeah, Bell points at some sort of a Hell Rider insignia on your armor or tabard, what have you, whatever he has on.
The companion? I'm trying to play charades right now. I'm like,
It says
companion.
the protective sun over Eltrell, whatever you commoners
Christine.
named it.
I see. Yes. The companion. Yes.
Well, if you were to have the 9 keys, you could release what is within the solar incendiator.
What is within it?
Solar. You know that as a very powerful celestial being. That is actually what Zariel was before she was turned.
Okay. And how would we get these 9 keys?
Well, they were stolen from my forge by Zariel's spies. So if you can find these rods, you can release the solar, which will certainly alert her and separate her from her army. She wouldn't let something like that slip away.
I see. So we would find the rods, and where would we take these to? We'd have to...
You have to insert them into the companion.
I see. And it would fly away? Or she would come to us at the companion?
She would come with you with haste, I would imagine.
I see. Where does she...
Enraged, more than likely. The dumb bitch is always enraged.
Where does she dwell?
What's that?
Where does Zariel dwell?
What does she dwell?
Yes.
You want to elaborate on that?
Well, Belle lives here. or Bell is here. Where does Zariel stay?
Oh, wherever the blood war is the fiercest, more than likely, or upon her fortress, moving to wherever the blood war is fiercest.
And might I ask, is there anything that particularly infuriates her?
I would assume trying to free El Terrell from its contract would be something that would greatly infuriate her. And having the solar incinerator destroyed, or at least inactive, and the solar released would definitely raise her suspicions.
I see. Do you know where we can find the 9 keys?
I do not, but I could definitely tell you where you could get the information.
Where?
My people have a very powerful being in our midst. It would take a few days' travel from here. It is a being known as a Cyberix.
Okay. Would it require anything for this knowledge?
You simply need to get the information out of the Cyberix.
I see. So once we attracted Zariel, and she came to the Insidiaire, how would then you would assist?
I'm assisting you by giving you the means of getting her away from the army.
I see.
You would also
And-
have a Solar supposedly at your side. Probably didn't take imprisonment for, how long has it been? 50 years or so?
I see.
Probably doesn't take that very lightly.
And you believe this Solar would be willing to assist us against Zariel?
You're Azamar, you tell me yourself, are you not on some holy quest to avenge souls, blah, 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 whatever you Celestials care about?
Something like that. What say you, we will go and see if we can find in search of these rods, and we will check back with you before we go to the Insidiaire.
You can't check back with me if Asmodeus has any sort of idea that I'm trying to betray Zariel. I would... Well, I don't know what exactly he would do. He wouldn't kill me. That would be too easy. He would probably demote me or something. I don't know. Probably turn her into her pet or something.
All right. Real quick, Jake. Does speaking Celestial bother these guys, or is it just like a normal language like the other devils could or possibly know?
Celestial?
Yeah. 'Cause I want to speak to my companions, but if I'm just going to speak to them in a language that he might know.
Yeah, you would think they wouldn't know it.
Okay.
Besides, as far as you know, the only devil here is actually just Bell.
Okay. It's like, all right, let me confer with my companions for a moment. And then I'm going to turn to, I think Thema knows Celestial. Does anyone else know Celestial?
Lulu.
Okay. Lulu. Okay.
Lulu can also speak telepathically.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to relay the basics of the plan to them and ask Lulu. It's like, if we attracted Zariel to the Solar Insidiaire, do you believe we could parlay with her?
We're best friends. Why not? Toot toot. Then we have Ollie helping us.
Okay. And I believe we have a chance. Fortunately, Bella will not be directly involved. So
Yeah, you can.
that is much easier to stomach, I think, for a lot of us. Okay. Is there any language that Thema knows that you guys know that's not common?
I think she and I both know Abyssal.
I know.
You know Infernal?
I know
I know quite a
Primordial
few.
and Halfling.
I know another
Abyssal,
two.
Celestial, Infernal, Thieves can't.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll just confer with those two, and and I'll go back to Bella and say, all right, we will find these keys. Is there anything helpful you can tell us about this Cerebrix, or whatever it was called?
Bell explains that the Cerebrix is an old demon that, in its creation, has a knack for absorbing secrets and knowledge, things that it shouldn't know, but it does know. His people has had it. He's had it in his capture for quite a while, and whenever he needs some sort of information, he will call upon his vessels to ask for said information by torturing it. And while it is bound in his special chains, this thing cannot act out, use any sort of abilities to hinder the torturers, as well as anybody around it. But if this thing was to go free, it would be quite the challenge for the lot of you.
I see.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
So once everyone starts talking, Archimedes is like, why was everyone just fucking standing around not saying anything? What the hell's going on?
They're talking.
Okay.
They're mind talking.
And then Kree just puts her hand on his shoulder, and he's like, oh, okay.
All right.
Okay, Mom.
Vedrick is going to say, it's like, thank you for your assistance, Bell. It's a pleasure doing business with you. He's going to do
What assistance? I've told you nothing. Be gone from my fort before I change my mind. I'm not slaying a lot of you.
Exactly. We're going to turn and say, I'm going to look at the others, and it's like, it's time for us to go. And start walking out.
A moment.
Is that to me? Or...
And he hovers his note to you, to Bedrick, and to the party, but specifically to Bedrick.
Okay. Turn around.
He'll float over to one of the weapon racks, and he will pull out a long sword. This thing is definitely made with infernal iron. And he kind of looks at it and grins, and he turns around and he throws it over to you, and he goes, I'm feeling generous.
Yeah, I'll look at it, heft it, and be like, all right. And I'll put it in my belt and say, thank you. Your generosity is noted.
Mm-hmm. Bring some more soldiers to the battlefield, would you? It's a Hellfire longsword.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Let's see if that's in the equipment here. Okay.
It should be.
Yeah. Thank you for your assistance. And then we'll turn to leave.
Rosie's just been staring at the smithing equipment since this conversation's been going on that she can't hear, so...
Yeah,
she got bored.
One of the fire giants has taken notice of Rosie staring, and he's kind of like looking back awkwardly like, stop looking at me, I'm working.
Not looking at him at all. Staring at the hammers.
He's not very smart either. He's definitely like, stop looking at my giant ass.
What is the lance? Is that a Hellfire lance?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put it on. Okay.
So just don't slay any humanoids and you'll be alright.
Yeah. I have my mundane sword for that, so... Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna just, out on a whim, in Primordial, to the one that thinks I'm looking at it, say that's some nice smithing equipment.
Of your work.
Big fan. Big fan.
He speaks back to you in Ignan, but you can make out definitely what he says. He goes, well, I have been working out.
Yeah.
Oh, let's leave.
Oh, Steve the fire giant.
Does he wink at Rosie?
No, he just mutters it back, and he tends to hit whatever he's working on a little bit harder.
Yeah, he's looking at Rosie. He's like, thank you. And not because you're a fire giant.
Flexing in between each hit.
Yeah.
Well, Rosie is like the size of a baby to us. Like,
Yeah.
'cause they're like, what, 15, 20 feet tall or some shit?
Something like that. Semantics. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, a
Vedrick-
sexy shade of red. Come on now.
Vedrick's gonna hold his head up high as he marches or leads the group out through the ranks of demons. He's I think he's got his chin on his nose up, as if like he's not even acknowledging the devils are even there as he walks out towards the exit.
Okay. Yeah, you guys will all walk out with Elanthius. Once you guys get a good distance away from the volcano, he will look at the lot of you, look at especially over at Vedrick, and he says, "Well, I can tell by your
Annoyingness?
Yeah.
stature, we'll say that, and the fact that none of you are dead, that all went well."
Yes. Thank you, Elanthius. You did us a great service. You've made the Hellriders proud.
I still don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, you want to fill
Yeah,
the
do you want
rest
to
of
give
us?
us the breakdown?
Yep. As soon as Elanthius leaves, I'll tell you guys.
It is best that I do not know the plan. That is actually a wise thing.
Mm-hmm.
I will locate Zariel and, well, actually no. Contact me when you are ready.
We shall.
Thank you, Atlantis.
Thank you.
It's
Sounds
best that
good.
I do not know, and I am not near her.
Mhm.
We
Well,
appreciate
know.
you.
The better for you.
Thank
The
you.
least we can do for you as a fellow Hellrider.
Does
Trying
not
to redeem
apologizes
what little I
for
can.
calling him to his aid twice again without helping. Or without actually following through on his request.
It paid off, didn't it? Hopefully. We'll see.
We're
We
gonna
shall.
get this shit figured out.
So
That's for
Atlantis,
sure.
might I ask you, if Zariel was to renounce her oath, what would happen to you?
I presume that my soul would be set free from this eternal hell.
I venture that is something you would like.
I was dead before she brought me back.
Yes, but is this worth living in this place?
No, absolutely not. I
Well,
wish to be free.
I vow,
And we shall find a way for that to
as an
happen.
officer of the Hellrider, to free you, my friend. Go and be at peace. Shouldn't be much longer.
Well, just don't fuck up, okay? And he hops onto his chariot and he rides on.
Hell has had a bad influence on his language.
That was really weird. Just everything about that was weird.
All right. So
Why were you guys staring at each other with
It's
big
cool.
watery eyes?
the fewer people who knew about this, the better. So, is there? Hey, does anyone know any magic to prevent scrying, by any chance? Or do we have any method of doing that? Or maybe that's not till higher levels. Is there what? Well, isn't not Leomund's tiny hut, but is there another spell that there's like Nistel's magic aura or something? But I think isn't there another spell that prevents scrying?
I think so. I feel like there's a few.
Yeah.
They'd be in the divination school for sure. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Here. Okay. I'm gonna since they're going. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Mordenkainen's private sanctum.
It's a 5th level wizard spell, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything lower than that would do it.
Yeah, pretty much things that would put us on a demi-plane.
I don't think I mean, scrying itself is a 5th level spell. I don't think a lower level spell would be able to trump it.
Yeah.
You guys decided to do a quick bio break anyway.
Sounds like it. I'm gonna.
I'll be right back.
Were you leveling up again?
I just assumed that we're level 12 now instead of level 10.
Right.
That was totally worth 2 levels, that conversation.
What?
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Claws?
Yeah.
That's a lot of experience.
What were you saying, Peter? We get a lot of experience from that?
I said that
Oh,
conversation was totally worth 2 levels of experience.
I think so. You can make a good argument for that. So, cool.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, this is cool. So we're gonna end up going to that chained up demon anyway.
the Cerebrix.
Yeah. Which I assume is not at all like X-Men Cerebro.
Is that the? That's not the. What is that thing? There's some sort of creature in D&D that's like a brain with like a lion body or something.
What? What'd you say?
Not
I know
bad.
what you're talking about. It's not bad.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Is this that demon that had been captured? Was the potential ally that we could have gone to?
No.
Okay.
Who knows?
You guys were, yeah, the location was given to Patrick.
Right.
Yeah, and I was going to relay it to everyone once we got here.
Eyes, give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Okay. You think upon the word. Think upon Sibriex. And all of a sudden you get a hot flash of this ghastly image in your head. And this is what comes to mind.
Oh,
Holy shit.
that is.
Oh,
hitty.
that thing. Okay. Recognize the picture.
What do you mean? Oh, that thing.
I recognize the picture.
Fucking thing.
I don't know the.
Oh, that. Yeah.
In a whispered hush voice, you hear the words "Keeper of Forbidden Lore."
Mm-hmm.
Did you convey that information?
Yes, I can wait till everyone's back or not. I was going to convey what we found out, or what we had discussed. I just didn't want to. Well, the thing was, I didn't want to do it around other people, so I was wondering if there were, Jake. I don't think we have access. I thought there were some spells that might prevent scrying, but I couldn't remember. Besides Nistel's magic aura, I couldn't remember if there were any other ones.
Yeah, the Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum, I saw that. It's 5th level, though.
Okay.
Sorcerer Wizard spell.
I think
Yeah, I
Magic
don't-
Circle does as well.
Oh, it does?
I think so, but you guys don't have the material components for it.
Yeah, so we don't have the components. Okay. I wanted to make sure if we had a chance to prevent scrying before we did this, then okay. So I'm going to basically lay out what we talked about. That we Bella's not going to give us personal assistance, but he did tell us how to draw Zariel, which is the only way we have a chance of defeating her. So we have to go talk to the Cerebrix to find out the location of the 9 keys to unlock the Solar Insidiator, to attract Zariel, and it will also give us a Solar. It will probably help us. So
Wait, did you say Cerebrix?
yes, whatever that is.
You said
Have I
that.
heard that before?
Had this. He's huge. He's like an aberrant, fleshy mass of knowledge. is a keeper of forsaken knowledge, I think.
Yes, yes, that sounds about right. I
He's
imagine, of course, like in this place, we will not get the information for nothing. I imagine a keeper of secrets might take payment in secrets. So we may have to be giving up something.
I think it looks like he's in chains. He must be.
Yes, he was in
must
chains.
be-
Bell did say that it is chained, and if it were to become free, it would pose a serious threat to all of us. Not that I imagine we intend freeing it, unless it asks us.
So it's they are captured and being held by Bell's devils.
That was not clear. Perhaps we should go and see the circumstances. I imagine being chained it is trapped, but it, in exchange for the information we seek, perhaps it may request for us to free it, or might request our own secrets. So I would encourage you all to think about secrets that might be worth something that we would be willing to part with. Under no circumstances should we free it, though.
Can't we kill it? Can't we just kill the stupid thing?
Bell said it would be a serious threat to all of us. Well, I guess that's putting it lightly. It would likely kill us.
Not every problem is solved by stabbing it, Archimedes.
But a lot of them are.
I mean, it can't answer our question if we kill it.
I mean, we ask it and then we kill it.
I am not opposed to this mindset. However, I do believe I do want to survive to save El Terrell. So, what say you we go visit this Cerebrix?
Do we know where it is?
It is over there.
That doesn't seem very convincing.
Where is it? Oh, sorry. You.
No, you're fine. Who has the map at the moment?
I think Rosie would,
Yeah.
Okay.
just because she can carry a metric shit ton of stuff.
Right. Rosie, as I'm assuming you're going to pull out the map to kind of like get some sort of a assessment of where it would be.
Yeah.
What?
You look at the map and all of a sudden it looks like something had somehow been drawn onto the map without your knowledge.
Oh.
Huh.
What's this? Over by the Overlords. Zerg reference.
Oh, there it is. Those
Oh.
things. Oh, we'd asked about those before. Here, I thought they were sand striders.
Interesting.
That is the. Is that drawing there?
That's not. I don't like the way they laid out the map for Avernus, George. That's just the location on the map.
No, I mean, yeah, I didn't know if that drawing of that demon was there or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll.
The drawing behind it, yeah, that's been there the whole time.
Yeah. No, we're good.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh
I'm
no!
gonna do that.
The world's shifting.
Wrong layer. Yeah, it's. That would be
I'm talking
the
about
location.
the token. Is that something that's imprinted on the map?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll point to it right there, right there. It's like this is where we must go. I guess we'll have to hang out for a day or so, right, until we can teleport again.
It would take a couple days, right? Lulu, you can't just teleport to that spot on the map, right? We would have to go to the arches. Yeah.
Director.
Well, I guess we have some time.
Let's just enjoy the scenery. Actually,
Look
The devil
around
army.
and see the devil army. Maybe we should
let's get as
Move.
far away
travel on foot for a day.
Yeah, let's get as far
Just
away
to-
from here as possible.
I will use conjure animals to summon a bunch of horses for us to ride for a
Just
short
summon
trip.
a bunch of nightmares.
It is essentially what they will look like, yeah. It's
Minor
more
nightmares.
cosmetic than anything. Actually, it's probably more like demonic horses than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you guys, I'm gonna have to go to bed. I am
Sure.
struggle busing to stay awake right now. Love you guys. See you next
Good
time.
night.
Night.
Later.
Yeah, let's I have summoned steed if I need to. Which actually no, I didn't prep it. I figured I couldn't find a steed here, so
You can just create one when you cast that spell, BT dubs.
oh, you can?
Yeah, it
Okay.
conjures a fey fiend. or-
Creates one out of thin air. Yeah.
Okay, well you got us working.
Ooh.
But I made like 8 draft horses. So we'll go without saddles, but I assume that everyone here has gone bareback.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of you guys will hop onto horses. You guys will travel for a few hours. You guys know traveling on foot in Avernus is pretty shitty.
Yeah.
However, after a couple of hours of travel, you guys will definitely spot a cliff that you think will give you a little bit of shade, a little bit of refuge from the heat. That might be a good place for you guys to rest up for the rest of the day.
Yes, let's do that.
Uh,
I'm assuming you guys are chomping down on good berries, or you're going to use a spell to
Yeah,
make
I've
some
got
food.
good, I've got good berries happening every day still.
Yeah, my take is if the food tastes bad, I'm not interested in eating a lot of it. So good,
Yeah.
good berries is good.
Yeah, good berries fine where you just eat. You just have one shitty
Swallow it.
experience.
Disgusting curd berry, and then you're good for a whole day.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh
Terrible.
man, Peter, the way that your ceiling light is set up with where you're at, it looks like you have a halo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
Sounds like that was planned.
is someone playing Zelda?
Angelic.
Someone playing Zelda back there, or someone?
No, my brother's playing Dragon Quest 3.
Oh, okay, nice.
Super old school.
Yeah.
No, this was thinking it's like Lufia is about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a newer version of it, so it has a Super Nintendo kind of an art style rather than the old NES.
Okay, nice.
So yeah.
Playing.
Exact garbage.
So we're finding a little bit of respite, Jake?
Yeah, you guys will have most of the day to, once again, do some downtime activities or just to hang out.
Ooh, more tinkering.
More tinkering.
Yeah, I think I'm.
So we're teleporting somewhere tomorrow then? Is that what's happening?
Yep. You guys will teleport to the location of the CyberX.
Nice.
Hey, does anyone want to play some cards? I have a card playing, nice gilded playing card set. Someone wants to play?
More of a dragon chess kind of person.
Would be.
It's a
Archimedes is ready to go.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Come on.
thinking person's
Craig is
game.
probably in on it, right?
Archimedes still has money.
I don't have any money, but
He's got freaking 103 gold. You could probably win it all from him because he's going to be terrible at this.
we have. I have 8 intelligence, 10 wisdom. I mean, I'm not going to be great at this.
Oh, we're pretty even then. All right.
Yeah.
All right. How does it...
Watch Anon will play for a round and collect all of your guys' gold.
Oh yeah, Non's gonna kill us.
That is true, yeah. Non's just kind of like, all right. He'll watch for a couple of rounds and then he'll hop in and go, let me try a hand. And then
Like, oh, I've never played this. What
DM.
cards do I need again? Oh, these cards?
Could I
Yeah.
take an hour out of our day and change my smith tools to a jeweler set and attempt to crack that diamond into smaller usable pieces so maybe it would last us over the course of
Nice.
a more casts for things that require diamonds?
Sure.
Jake, you said that we're like in a cave.
Yeah.
Do we like a really big opening or anything? Are there any devils that are roaming about at all?
There's always devils roaming about, but it's a relatively small cave. It's not like it appears to have no occupants or anything like that. It just looks like a nice little space that's at least out of the heat.
If you guys want, I can seal the mouth of the cave up with maybe just a few holes for air.
Yes, that'd be much appreciated.
And I will go on over to the mouth of the cave and put my hands on the ground. And after a few seconds, I'll kind of pick my hands up, and earth will raise with me. And then stone will encapsulate this entire mouth cave, leaving just little holes for air in some places, and I'll cast Wall of Stone.
Oh, nice.
And I'll concentrate on it for 10 minutes, which makes it permanent.
Oh.
Sounds good.
Oh, nice.
Get crazy thick, because I assume it's just a mouth cave.
And then we just have to knock it down to get out.
No, you guys will teleport.
What's that?
You guys are going to teleport the next day anyway.
Oh, that's right. We're teleporting, yeah. Nice.
Okay. Yeah, Thad, give me I guess it would just be an intelligence check since you're not proficient with jewelers' kits.
Oh, that's shitty. I'm gonna make that a 9 with my genius. It was a 3.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna say you're gonna dent it, and then once you make basically you're trying to calibrate exactly where you would like to hit it in order to start your work. And the second you smack into it, you look at your dent and you're like, oh, I better not do that again.
Yeah.
So we'll just say you, rather than ruining the diamond or shattering it in weird pieces, just kind of
give up.
Yeah. Like, let's just leave this be for now.
It was worth a try.
You should have told me. I could have enhanced your ability some.
It was just an idea I had. I'm not very used to using these kind of tools, but
Obviously.
tinkerer's tools, smith tools, jeweler's tools, vaguely all the same. I just don't think hitting this thing with my smithing tools would have been any smarter.
Non-Siliki, there's no way there's 5 aces in this deck.
Listen, you're the one that dealt the hands. I'm just playing the game, okay?
No, Anon, I saw you sleeve that one card earlier. I assume that everyone else saw it, but that's part of the game, right? I assume is hiding cards upon your body.
Since you see him doing that all the time.
Right.
Sorry, just wanted to throw that in.
Eyes will distribute everyone else's money out as though it was basically just a wash. And he'll look over at Eyes and just kind of go, "You're no fun."
Right. I thought that's the game. It's like hide and seek, right?
I'll teach you someday.
I learned everything I knew about the game from you.
Trying to swindle them out of their money, Eyes.
What?
Which is ironic. We're playing for good berries, so.
I
You can have them.
Yeah, does anyone need more good berries? I can make 60 of them.
No, I couldn't take another bite. Thank you, though. Quite nourishing, quite refreshing in a strange, bitter way.
Now, if you had good jerky,
Who the hell's talking right now?
Are you asking us for good jerky?
nice.
I've been told that you wouldn't want my kind of jerky that I have.
What kind of jerky is it?
I'll dig through and pull out like this dried up scorpion husk.
I could probably make something out of that.
It may surprise you, but that's not nearly as bad as what I was thinking. I'll give it a try.
I have a poisoner's kit, apparently.
You have a poisoner's kit?
Yeah. This is Rosie's just digging through her bag of holding, kind of taking inventory. It's like,
The fuck was this random thing we picked up?
yeah, where the hell did we get this?
Oh, look, a +3 longsword. Well, whatever. No one needs this.
Please tell me you got pieces of Orion's his Rube Goldberg machine in there too.
That was left at Silvero's.
That was.
Okay.
I imagine I have his like spell book and all that stuff though.
Yeah, you got a couple things.
I think you guys took all of his belongings.
Well, what was left?
Except for his clothes, I guess.
I said I needed a body
Ooh.
part. I thought this book was a part of his body. Right?
I don't have that feat yet.
What?
At 14. Oh, I just realized. What? At a later level, artificers can attune to any item, regardless of requirements. But, and this is a thing for Jake, if it matters. If you craft a magical item with a rarity or of common or uncommon, it takes you a quarter of the normal time, and it costs you half as much the usual gold.
Wow, that's really good actually.
It's my level 10 ability.
Dang.
I can attune to 4 items at once, and if I craft something of those rarities, it's quicker.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
That is really good actually. Yeah, because uncommon items are what most of the magic items that people have. So
Like a +1 longsword.
I could make a +1 longsword.
or ogres of gauntlet strength, or I'm sorry, gauntlets of ogre strength for everybody.
Yeah.
Don't your magic weapons become +2s now, or is that not to level 11?
That is... Actually, I think that's at level 11, but I'm also not using any of those.
Oh, okay.
Because...
Armor too.
So if I were to use enhance... Actually, if I were to use enhance weapon, I would get a +2 to attacks. It would become a +2 weapon, but I'm using repeating shot, and it doesn't have that feature.
You don't happen to have a +2 halberd laying around, do you?
Between my armor, my pistol, the bag of holding, and Thema's gauntlets, I'm straight up out of infusion slots left.
Well,
Get your halberd. You'd be alright.
you guys want to go visit the Cerebrix?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know how long you guys, because since I didn't know if you guys would play anymore tonight, or if there's a good stopping point.
Might be a good stopping
This
point.
will be a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can basically figure out what you guys want to do. I'm assuming it'd be very similar to casting aid or any sort of buffs you guys want to do before going there.
Just in case it goes to shit.
I think aid might be just nice in general. I think it lasts 8 hours, so
Yeah.
Every kind of thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty nice to have.
Really good spell, especially if you have like a cleric cast it at really high level or something.
Yeah, that's
You
great.
get freaking 25 hit points permanently
Well, yeah,
added.
I mean,
Your hit points
I think-
basically for a whole day.
when I had Dominic cast it, I think that's the first time that I've seen anyone actually use it before. And it's especially when you upscale it, it's really
Yeah.
Awesome for a long adventuring day.
Some sort of a secondary bonus effect too, or is it
No.
just
No, it's
Once
just the HP bit.
once you get access as a full caster to aid at third level, like at that point particularly, because that's level 5, right? That's very very potent, especially if you put it on your like wizard and other squishy people.
People without a lot of HP. Yeah.
People that like to think they're frontline fighters and aren't.
Oh, the class.
Well, then it's
cannons, yeah.
also really nice on like a barbarian or something. You basically give them double the HP.
Right.
Yeah. Bear totem.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun having an RP session like that again.
Sure.
That's kind of what I figured this one was going to be anyway. I didn't expect anyone to start fights with Bell and make a whole thing.
I saw the numbers next to each of the fire giants, and I was like, oh shit.
It's a potential.
Yeah.
I mean,
If I made a map, there's more than likely a potential fight.
let's all be fair here. We've all DM'd. We all
Yes.
know that it's possible that the players are going to do something that you don't anticipate.
Right.
Anytime there's a parlay situation like this, it feels like they should parlay, but like there seems like a 75% chance they're gonna turn it into a fight.
I mean, I put
Especially when
a
it's high stakes like that. Yeah.
I put a boat in that pirate cave that they were exploring, and they just as a way to escape, and they're like, we're gonna carry this back to town with us so we can sell it for money to get off this island.
That rowboat. Yeah, I was like, why the fuck are we okay? If you guys want to carry a rowboat all the way back to town, sure.
I mean, to be fair, with 6 people, it'd be easy enough to carry a rowboat over a distance, but
right.
It seems a little excessive, but you know, it was me.
also take a guy that I totally intended you guys just to kill and start asking him questions I wasn't prepared for, so. But, you know.
Kill and then interrogate. That is
It's a good rule. It's a good rule.
All right, guys, I'm gonna log out.